Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Ma'am Neri, and for today's video, we shall have a discussion on the revised implementation on homeroom guidance during crisis situation for school year 2021-2022. The Office of Curriculum and Instruction, through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, issues this document as basis for the implementation of the homeroom guidance during crisis situation for school year 2021-2022. This document is a revision of the policy guidelines previously issued, which is DM OUCI 2021-144 and DMOUCI 2020-155. Okay, so last year there was an advisory coming from the Department of Education Undersecretary for Curriculum and Instruction stating that in reference to the implementation of homeroom guidance for school year 2020-2021, please be informed that the homeroom guidance modules shall be used starting October 12, 2020, and in accordance with DepEd Memorandum 155 Series 2020 or the policy guidelines on the implementation of homeroom guidance during crisis for school year 2020-2021. All schools are directed to download the homeroom guidance modules through the DepEd Learning Resource portal. Please be guided accordingly. Based on the policy guidelines, as the school guidance coordinator, I was able to conduct an orientation on homeroom guidance for senior high school teachers. These are quarter one self-learning modules for homeroom guidance. This slide also shows the modules on second quarter for school year 2020-2021, which are also true for school year 2021-2022. The guidance office is an integral part of the educational system. Here are the different guidance and counseling programs and services. So we have individual inventory. We also have information service, counseling, referral, psychological assessment, consultation, placement service, follow-up, and research and evaluation. So homeroom guidance is part of the information service. Let's now go to Annex 1, or the guidelines on the implementation of homeroom guidance during crisis situation for school year 2021-2022. The introduction and implementation of the K-12 basic education program necessitated changes and revisions on existing DepEd programs to align them with the new curriculum. The K-12 curriculum puts emphasis on capacitating learners with skills in doing their task and enriching this as they progress up to grade 12. The curriculum takes into account societal factors and the learner's developmental needs. They need to perform different tasks, confront personal and social issues, eventually decide for their curriculum exit. A responsive and proactive program, in addition to the existing academic programs, must address these needs. In 1998, Revitalized Homeroom Guidance, or RHG, for secondary learners was created to answer the learners' needs. However, certain considerations to make it more comprehensive, developmental, and proactive are deemed necessary. Contemplating on the above-mentioned concerns, the Department of Education launches the Homeroom Guidance. The program is relevant as it promotes rational thinking, healthy behavior, and positive disposition. Issues like academic failures, school dropouts, bullying, unhealthy sexual behavior, teenage pregnancy, drug addiction, online and social addiction, and confusion in and/or poor career choice, and other challenges that beset our learners today were considered in developing the program. These provisions were formulated based on relevant current literature and in consultation with teachers, school heads, and guidance and counseling experts. This will provide clear and functional understanding about the important processes in the implementation and the proper monitoring and evaluation of the program, which is an important component for its sustainability and continual improvement. Based on the relevant literature and practices in other countries, homeroom guidance is equivalent to guidance class, which is just a part of the information services of Guidance and Counseling Office. Aquino and Razon, 1993, defined homeroom guidance as an organized segment of the school's guidance services, which is given to a homeroom group, usually a section or a class with a teacher advisor as a facilitator. Hence, the term guidance class curriculum or guidance class is the most common nomenclature. Homeroom Guidance is a responsive program that equips learners with competencies to address issues not included in the formal learning areas, but is very essential to their development. Learners who go through homeroom guidance have been found to have significantly decreased inappropriate behaviors and demonstrated positive attitudes towards school as compared to those learners who were not part of the school counseling program. The study of Brigman and Campbell, 2003, also showed that elementary and middle school learners who were part of the school counseling curriculum and group interventions that emphasize cognitive, social, and self-management skills have consistently exhibited good performance in mathematics and reading. Furthermore, the study of Schoolberg et al. 2001 supported the effectiveness of homeroom guidance. They showed that there is a significant improvement in terms of learners' behavior, attitude, and knowledge, and in the areas of goal setting, problem solving, career exploration, and school resources. Further, the study of Carey and DeMitt 2012 found that students' success in school, academically and behaviorally, can be attributed to the students' access to school counselor and comprehensive guidance programs, and this is particularly true for students in high-poverty schools. Based on the consultations conducted with the regional representatives and guidance and counseling experts, there is a need for a program that advocates the development of skills along academic, personal and social, and career aspects. At present, homeroom period is part of the class program. However, there is a need to update and improve its implementation. Some schools reported that the homeroom period is being used for classroom cleaning, extension of breaks, collection of reply slips, and the like. Clearly, the current practices do not aid the realization of the program objectives. More so, the consultation with different stakeholders reiterated the significance of collaboration among home, school, and community to ensure the holistic development of learners. It has been raised that there should be a systematic and consistent monitoring and evaluation of the program to achieve its proper implementation. To obtain the vision of the homeroom guidance, this document serves to guide the schools in implementing the program properly to support the learner's development, providing systematic process in the overall conduct of the homeroom guidance, organizing resources needed in the program such as budget, manpower, facilities, learning materials, and other logistical needs, and articulating the scope and limits of the program, including its monitoring and evaluation. Homeroom Guidance is a comprehensive, developmental, and proactive program designed to equip K-12 learners with life skills on three domains: academic development, personal and social development, and career development. Academic development domain pertains to all academic related needs or concerns of learners. This serves as a guide to implement strategies and activities to support and maximize each learner's ability to learn, which include but not limited to creative and critical thinking, communication skills, and problem-solving skills. Personal and social development domain pertains to concerns or issues affecting learners' individuality or self, relationship with others, and their interaction in community. It equips the learners with foundation for personal and social growth as they progress through school and into adulthood. This includes but not limited to intrapersonal and interpersonal skills, self-awareness, coping with emotions and stress, and resilience. The third domain is career development domain. This pertains to all occupational and world of work related concerns and issues of learners. This involves the acquisition of skills, attitudes, and knowledge that enable them to make successful transition from school to the world of work and from job to job across the lifespan. This includes, but not limited to, learners' discovery of their interests, talents, and skills, decision-making, problem-solving, planning, and in exploring their career options and opportunities. Just like academic subjects, homeroom guidance also has its most essential learning competencies, and this is divided according to the different domains in homeroom guidance. So 75% of which is coming from personal social development domain, 20% on academic development domain, and 5% on career development domain. The homeroom guidance modules will be put in a portfolio. Portfolio is a collection of learners' works showing his or her progress in terms of the three domains. These may include journals, reflection papers, reaction papers, and the like. Performance tasks include skills demonstration, group presentation, oral work, multimedia presentation, or activities that show mastery of competencies and standards. And of course, the class advisor will be the classroom implementer of the homeroom guidance. He or she is the facilitator in charge of homeroom guidance. Let's now go to homeroom guidance philosophy, vision, and mission. Homeroom guidance philosophy. Homeroom guidance believes that every learner is unique and has the ability to develop himself or herself using his or her own learning and experiences from family, community, school, and society. This shall be realized through the collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. Homeroom guidance vision. Homeroom guidance shall complement the department's goal, which is to produce holistically developed Filipinos who are able to achieve academic success, demonstrate healthy behavior, exemplify positive disposition, and systematically plan their future. It shall produce learners who can work for the common good of society while upholding the international standards. Homeroom Guidance Mission. Homeroom Guidance is dedicated to address the academic, personal or social, and career development needs of the learners in a developmental, comprehensive, and proactive manner. This shall be realized through the collaborative efforts of family, school, community, government, and other institutions. Homeroom Guidance Framework. The homeroom guidance is guided by the American School Counseling Association or ASCA model, which is comprised of the three domains such as academic development, personal and social development, and career development. The standards and competencies of HG are anchored on certain theories since each domain has its own peculiarities in consideration to the needs of Filipino learners and society. The academic development is guided by Jerome Bruner's scaffolding theory that espouses that children will become independent learners as they mature if they are given the support and active help from their parents and teachers at the onset of their learning. The theory states that the scaffold, reminiscent of a building scaffolding of the growing child in their learning process, is an eligible person with their proximity, that is, their parents at home and teachers in school. Gradually, parental and teacher support can be removed as the learners develop independence in thinking and knowledge and skills acquisition. Some concepts from the learner-centered theory of Jean-Jacques Rousseau were derived for the academic development domain. The theory stipulates that learners' cultural capital or life experiences should be tapped in designing the learning process. In this way, a participative classroom interaction will be in place. Learners are not viewed as tabula rasa, and they are assumed to possess cultural kit or accumulated experiences which serve as a significant factor in the learning process. If learners' experiences are ignored, thinking will be limited and meaning-making of lessons will hardly be attained. Cognitive learning theory of John Piaget has its share in this domain. It believes that cognitive development is a continuous process as the biological maturation and environmental influence takes place. Learners gain knowledge and go through the differences between what they learned and what the existing realities are. Furthermore, it claims that learning and new knowledge can be stored if there are effective cognitive processes, while learners encounter learning difficulties with ineffective cognitive processes. The theory tries to illustrate the processes and mechanisms of how reasoning skills and thinking using hypotheses developed by an infant as he or she becomes an adult later on. Piaget included the concept of schema, which refers to a cohesive, repeatable action sequence processing component actions that are tightly interconnected and governed by a core meaning. It is a set of linked mental representations of the world which people use to make meaning and act on different situations. During the development of mental processes, schema or schemata increase in number, including its complexities. Another concept in this theory that HG embraced is the adaptation process that includes assimilation, accommodation, and equilibration. Assimilation occurs when a person uses his or her schema to understand the new situation or things, while accommodation happens when the previous knowledge is irrelevant and needs to be changed to understand the new situation or things. Moreover, equilibration directs the learner to attain equilibrium, which happens when learner assimilates and accommodates new information. The personal and social development domain in homeroom guidance got inspiration from the theory of Erik Erikson's psychosocial development. Its descriptive overview of social and emotional development was taken as one of the considerations in crafting the standards and competencies. His view on mastering the attitudes, ideas, and skills at large of development to help learners to be successful and contributing members of society is highly evident in the program. The career development domain is influenced by the career development theories of John Kromboltz, Donald Super, and Ellie Ginsberg. Krombolt's theory of career development claims that genetic endowment that includes sex, race, developmental disabilities, and innate talents affect the career choice of a person. Furthermore, the environment, life events, and learning experiences also shape one's career decisions. People's changing roles and priorities create great impact to their career direction. Super's developmental theory of career choice is also a great influence in this domain. As a person's career advances, it undergoes 5 life stages that include growth, exploration, establishment, maintenance, and decline. His concept of establishing a self-concept as a person grows plays an important role in identifying occupation. The concept of vocational maturity, which may be attributed to a person's age, undergoes a cycle as manifested in his or her career transitions. The concept of career development as a lifelong process, including its early development of Ginsberg, is clearly reflected in the career development domain of the program. Homeroom Guidance advocates the early inclusion of career concept in the lives of learners and guide them as they discover the path that they want to take. Roles of school, home, and community and other institutions. School ensures the proper implementation of homeroom guidance that leads to the development of the learner's life skills in 3 domains. It convenes both home and community for the realization of homeroom guidance vision. The role of home plays vital role in learners' life skills development through its consistent support, involvement, and collaboration with the school and the community. It provides guided opportunities that complement the school activities of learners in homeroom guidance. And community and other institutions also reinforce the development of learners' life skills through its engagement in the school programs and activities. It also serves as a support system of the school as they craft policies, programs, and projects that are relevant to the vision, mission, and philosophy of homeroom guidance. Homeroom guidance curriculum is essential to ensure access to quality guidance and counseling services for all types of learners. Hence, different learning modalities will be made available in the implementation of the homeroom guidance program. 75% of the homeroom guidance MELCs are from the personal social development domain. These competencies pertain to concerns or issues affecting learners' individuality, relationship with others, and their interaction in community. It equips the learners with foundation for personal and social growth as they progress through school and into adulthood. This includes but not limited to interpersonal and interpersonal skills, self-awareness, coping with emotions and stress, and resilience. The remaining HG MELCs are composed of 20% academic development domain and 5% from the career development domain. Since this is not a formal learning area, homeroom guidance should not be part of the computation of grades by the end of each quarter. For school year 2021-2022, it shall serve as enrichment activity. Again, it shall serve as enrichment activity that can be performed at home and in school or through other platforms with the help of guidance counselors or designates, teachers, and parents. In the process of choosing the MELCs, the following criteria were also considered: applicability to real-life situations, needs of the learners, and complements learning competencies developed in other academic subjects. Implementation of the program shall be governed and guided by the following principles and policies. Homeroom guidance shall be reflected in the class program of every school and other school documents such as SF9 or Form 137 report card and SF10 Form 137 or the permanent student record as homeroom guidance. However, its details shall be attached to SF9 and SF10 whenever being issued to requesting party. Homeroom guidance shall not be viewed as a formal learning area like edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or ESP and the like. It shall be treated as a program that will help learners develop the competencies needed in the three domains. Hence, its delivery in class is quite informal but still follows the structured learning experience flow. Number three, class advisors shall be assigned to implement the program with the technical assistance of the guidance counselor. If the school does not have a guidance counselor, the school head may assign a guidance designate, but he or she should be provided with proper training specific to the implementation of homeroom guidance. Number four, teaching load. Teaching homeroom guidance shall be equivalent to one teaching load on top of the teacher's advisory and subjects load. Number five, class program. The homeroom guidance shall be scheduled once a week. Number six, time allotment. For kindergarten, it is included in the blocks of time, and for grades 1 to 12, the number of minutes per session is 60 minutes. Number seven, learning modality. The homeroom guidance shall be delivered in different learning modalities depending on the needs of the learners and the school's capability. Number eight, learning materials. The homeroom guidance self-learning modules will be issued by the Department of Education through the Bureau of Learning Resources. This will be posted in the DepEd Learning Resource portal. Number nine, medium of instruction. The self-learning modules are written in English, but the regions may opt to translate the learning material in their mother tongue or any language convenient to the learners to ensure participation and interaction during the session and better understanding of the concepts. Number 10, collaboration with the family and community is also encouraged in order to create a venue for the learners in developing such life skills. Parents may refer to the gabay sa magulang found in the SLM in order to guide their children in accomplishing the activities. Number 11, orientation and capacity building. The central office, through the Bureau of Curriculum Development, shall conduct orientation and capacity building to region and division supervisors in charge of guidance and counseling. Regions, schools, divisions, and schools shall conduct trainings for the program implementers to capacitate and prepare them for the implementation of homeroom guidance MELCs. Number 12, Learners Development Assessment Tool. Homeroom guidance assessment results shall be distributed and discussed by the class advisor during the parent-teacher conference. This shall be issued as an attachment to the learner's report card or SF9. 13. DepEd schools shall include all expenses relative to homeroom guidance in their annual implementation plan or AIP and school improvement plan or SIP. And number 14, non-implementation or improper implementation of homeroom guidance shall be subject to existing applicable administrative actions. Roles and responsibilities of DepEd offices. Okay, so in school, we have the school head, the guidance counselor or designate, and also teachers. The school head supervises and monitors the implementation of homeroom guidance and ensures that proper intervention for each learner will be provided. The school head shall be assigned in planning for the annual HD implementation and monitoring, preparing of timelines, calendar of activities, monitoring plan for the entire duration of the program, and inclusion of HG in the school forms, allocating budget for homeroom guidance that is included in the school improvement plan and annual implementation plan, adhering to the stipulated loading of teachers and class programming for school year 2021-2022, providing the necessary equipment and supplies, strengthening partnership with stakeholders, orienting the teachers, parents, learners, and other stakeholders, creating mechanisms that would ensure efficient distribution and retrieval of homeroom guidance modules and outputs, preparing and conducting of homeroom guidance class observation, which is Annex 1, and submitting the homeroom guidance school implementation report. Roles and responsibilities of guidance counselor or guidance designate. So they serve as the program manager and ensures the correct content and pedagogy of homeroom guidance in school. Specifically, the guidance counselor or guidance designate shall ensure the following: assist the school head in the planning of the annual HD implementation and monitoring, prepare the annual budget proposal on homeroom guidance implementation, conduct the orientation of teachers, parents, learners, and other stakeholders, coordinate with the class advisors on the implementation of homeroom guidance, and provide technical assistance to class advisors and other guidance services or interventions to learners without violating the provisions. Roles and responsibilities of class advisor. Class advisor serves as homeroom guidance implementer inside the classroom. Specifically, the class advisor shall ensure the following: A. Distribution, facilitation, and retrieval of homeroom guidance SLMs and outputs in different learning modalities. B. Evaluation and discussion of learners' development assessment results to the learners and parents quarterly. C. Accomplishment of SF9 and SF10 in accordance to the learner's development assessment results. D. Referral of learner to the guidance counselor only if counseling intervention or other guidance services are needed. And E. Collaboration with co-teachers and parents in developing the competencies of the learners at home. Roles and responsibilities of Schools Division Office. Curriculum Implementation Division through the ESP Supervisor in coordination with School Governance and Operations Division through its designated guidance and counseling focal person shall serve as the division program manager of the homeroom guidance and coordinates with the guidance counselor or designate of schools. Curriculum Implementation Division, ESP Supervisor, shall localize and indigenize the content and pedagogy or translation of SLMs to mother tongue, creation of instructional videos, radio-based instruction, and other blended learning materials. Conduct orientation to the school program managers on HG curriculum and guidelines, conduct monitoring of homeroom guidance, and also consolidate and submit the annual division accomplishment report on HG implementation. The School Governance and Operations Division shall also provide technical assistance in the conduct of homeroom guidance program and conduct capacity building to school guidance counselors or designates and class advisors in coordination with the division ESP supervisor. The Curriculum and Learning Management Division, ESP Supervisor in coordination with Education Support Services Division through its designated guidance and counseling focal person, serves as the program manager in the region. Roles and responsibilities of Central Office. Number 1, the Bureau of Curriculum Development serves as the program manager in the Central Office. The focal person ensures the correct curriculum articulation and consolidates annual report on the conduct of homeroom guidance. Number two, the Bureau of Learning Delivery ensures that appropriate pedagogical approaches are employed on how to deliver the curriculum content. And number three, the Bureau of Learning Resources ensures the availability of learning resources to the field units. Section 6, Assessment of Learners' Development and Monitoring of Program. So though the intent of HG is to help learners develop competencies that will aid them in facing different issues and tasks, it is important to still track their level of development. Homeroom guidance implementers must always keep in mind that the program shall capacitate learners towards success. Hence, compared to the formal learning areas that are being measured following the DO number 8, Series 2015, Homeroom Guidance shall utilize Learners Development Assessment Tool or Annex 3, guided by the verbal descriptions below. Okay, so we have no chance to observe or NO. This means that the learner did not submit outputs or has not shown any of the target competency in a particular quarter. Needs improvement or NI. The learner accomplished and submitted 30% of the output in a particular quarter or has not acquired the target competencies. Developing or D. The learner accomplished and submitted 60% of the output in a particular quarter or has acquired some of the target competency. Sufficiently developed or SD. The learner accomplished and submitted 90% of the output in a particular quarter or has acquired the target competency. And developed and commendable or DC, the learner accomplished and submitted 100% of the output in a particular quarter and has acquired the target competency and showed commendable application in real-life situations. Here is an example of Homeroom Guidance Learners Development Assessment for school year 2021-2022 for grades 7 to 10, junior high school. So you can see there the different competency as shown by quarter. Okay, so there are five boxes for which the teacher shall assess whether or not the student or learner has attained the competencies needed. On the other hand, this one is for grades 11 to 12. So just like the junior high school, we also have the different competencies from first to fourth quarter. Learners' development shall be assessed through their portfolio and performance task. The conduct of homeroom guidance is mandatory, but this is not part of the academic rating. Grades are just descriptive. Needs improvement description shall not be treated as failed, but shall indicate the need for intervention from school and home. In the event that the learner remains at the needs improvement at the end of each quarter, the advisor, guidance counselor, and parents need to work together to provide the intervention. Disciplinary cases of learners must not affect their homeroom guidance grades. So homeroom guidance grades must be reflected in the SF9 and SF10 using the following descriptions. The details of the learner's development results shall be attached to the said forms. There is no need to put equivalent ratings or computations for each description. Section 7, Monitoring and Evaluation. Success and sustainability of the program will be ensured if there is a systematic and adequate monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring and evaluation shall be done from September 2020 to July 2021 or as scheduled by the department. Reports on the results of the monitoring and evaluation shall be submitted at the end of the school year. The following are the offices and units which will implement, monitor, and/or will be affected by the policy. So we have the school level, schools division level, regional level, and national level. In the school level, the school head leads the monitoring in coordination with the guidance counselor or guidance designate using the Homeroom Guidance School Observation Tool and Homeroom Guidance School Implementation Tool, which is attached in Annex 1 and 2. Schools division level, so the edukasyon sa pagpapakatao or ESP under the Curriculum Implementation Division or the CID in coordination with the guidance counselor designate in the division office leads the monitoring using the Homeroom Guidance Division Monitoring and Evaluation Tool, which is in Annex 3. Division monitoring results shall be submitted to the regional ESP supervisor. And in the regional level, ESP supervisor under the CLMD in coordination with the ESSD focal person for guidance and counseling leads the monitoring in the regional level, focusing on the entire implementation of the homeroom guidance. They shall submit the homeroom guidance regional monitoring and evaluation tool, which is in Annex 4, to the Bureau of Curriculum Development on or before July 12, 2022. Now, in the national level, so the Bureau of Curriculum Development leads the overall monitoring and evaluation of homeroom guidance. The Bureau representative shall consolidate the homeroom guidance regional monitoring and evaluation reports and coordinate the results to other bureaus of the central office, that which may serve as reference for future enhancements of the program and other related policies. Section 7. Effectivity. This policy shall take effect in school year 2020-2021 and succeeding years immediately upon publication in the DepEd website. For our class advisors, here are the number of modules with their title. So for grades 7, quarter 1, module 1 is My Study Plan, My Guide. Quarter 1, Module 2, The Better Me. Quarter 1, Module 3, Embracing Uniqueness. Quarter 1, Module 4, Hello, My Future Self. Quarter 2, Module 5, My Road to Success. Quarter 2, Module 6, I Am Strong. And Quarter 2, Module 7, I Decide, I Learn. That is for grade 7 learners. For grade 8, we also have Quarter 1, Module 1, Level Up Your Study Habits. Quarter 1, Module 2, I Can Be Better. Quarter 1, Module 3, Being Mindful with My Influencers. Quarter 2, Module 4, Life Lessons, A Ladder to Success. Quarter 2, Module 6, To Be or Not to Be. For grade 9, there are 11 modules. So we have for quarter 1, module 1, the title is My Study Habits version 4.0. Quarter 1, module 2, Conquering the Clouds of Challenges. Quarter 1, module 3, The 3 R's. Quarter 1, module 4, Becoming Better with Self-Discipline. Quarter 1, module 5, Respect to Connect. Quarter 1, Module 6, We Are Different But One. Module 1, Module 7. Quarter 1, Module 7, A Closer Look at My Considerations for Senior High School. Quarter 2, Module 8, Shared Experiences or Shared Developments. Quarter 2, Module 10, Dare, Decision as Realistic Endeavors. And Quarter 2, Module 11, Weighing Options seeking opinions. For grade 10, we have 7 homeroom guidance modules. So for quarter 1, module 1, we have decoding the secrets of better study habits. Quarter 1 and Quarter 1, Module 2, Discovering the Roads to Self-Discipline. Quarter 1, Module 3, I, You, and We, Respecting Similarities and Differences. Quarter 1, Module 4, My Career Influencers. Quarter 2, Module 5, Overcoming Life's Challenges. And Quarter 2, Module 7, Sound Decision Making. For senior high school grade 11, there are 5 homeroom guidance modules, and for grade 12, there are 4 modules. However, there is also what we call the multiple career development toolkit, which are given to grades 11 and 12 to guide them in their career decision making. Okay, so for grade 11, we have quarter 1, module 1, The Superhero in Me, quarter 1, module 2, Life in Harmony with Others, quarter 1, module 3, You Rule, Respect, Understand, and Listen to Everyone, quarter 1, module 4, Me and My Decisions, and for quarter 2, module 5, High Five, Factors in Sound Decision Making. And for grade 12, we have quarter 1, module 1, Self-Analysis, A Step to My Improvement. Quarter 1, module 2, Accepting the Individuality of Others. Quarter 1, module 3, Thinking Aloud My Decisions. And for quarter 2, module 4, Decisive Person. The Homeroom Guidance self-learning module has 6 interactive tasks, which are as follows. Let's try this, which will help you to get ready to learn. Let's explore this, which will guide you towards what you need to learn. Keep in mind, which will give you the lessons that you need to learn and understand. You can do it, which will help you apply the lessons learned in daily activities. What I have learned, which will test and evaluate your learning, and share your thoughts and feelings, which will help you express your thoughts, opinions, and feelings. These are photos of the orientation on homeroom guidance to all class advisors. Class advisors are listening attentively to the discussion on what homeroom guidance is and how it will be implemented in our school. Handouts of the PowerPoint were given. Also, the sample learners development assessment tool were also given to teachers so that they can have a glance of what the tool is all about. And of course, there was an open forum. This is a photo showing the teacher's commitment in the implementation of the homeroom guidance as they take their oath. And of course, after which we had our lunch.